Okay. We're looking at a variety of trachycarpus here. And so did Wagner get dissolved into something, the Wagnerii, or is it?
Yeah, they just lump it in Fortunii now.
Okay.
Because I always use Q's for like the taxonomy, like for official. And so, like I see some people put a cultivar on it, like Wagneri on it. So
Oh, okay, okay.
just to keep,
help
it is
differentiate.
different. I mean, like, you know,
weren't they supposed to be a little
visually.
more diminutive than the tachyols that like really rock it out?
Yeah, and like
get
a
tall?
stiffer leaf on it.
Okay, okay. So great to see trachycarpus here, though. You know, because down where I am, it's just. There was a gas station that was built there at Cumberland Farms years ago, and they installed trackies all the way across the front. I made a video of that. Some guy got in. He's a guy up in Banana Joe, I think, in Salt Spring Island, and he was
Okay.
defending trachycarpus, and I said, dude, they're going to be dead within a year. You know, this is a commercial planting. They're not going to make it. And I didn't want to win the argument, but they ended up putting Thrynax radiator in or something, because they all died out within, you know, a few months. And
Well, they did that here.
It's nothing that I wanted to win, but
A
it's
couple
like
places with all the I-4 construction.
oh, yeah.
They put big groups of trunk tree. I was like, okay, those are going to last about a year. And within 6 months, some of them were already dying.
Oh, geez, yeah.
And
I'm with Eric Schmidt, by the
the
way.
news had did a thing down by Universal. They did that, and they were dead within a year and a half, and they replaced them with Livingstone and Nitida.
Okay, which is,
So
you know, decent analog.
They did a whole bunch of dumb stuff like
Okay,
planting.
okay.
So I contacted the One News and told them I was just anonymous because I was like, you know, I work for the city.
Yeah.
But this is taxpayer money, and they should know better.
Oh,
know?
this is
And-
being recorded, by the way. That's okay, right? You're grandfathered in at this point, or statutes of born outside.
And we were like, if only there was a local botanic garden that had a good palm collection that they could refer to. But
Wouldn't that be something? Yeah, novel, you know, and
so I contacted the one, and so he got back. I gave him a month for like scientific thing, saying, hey, I can't, I'm not going to identify myself, but I had even got like a new email and sent it to him. So he was like asking me all these questions, and I said, no, that's your job, the reporter. I fed you a bunch of, you start doing the reporting. Because he was like, well, who's responsible for this? I said, that's the thing with you guys news. You want all the things. You don't do investigating.
you're not.
anymore.
Yeah, you're not being
I said,
a
I'm not
journalist.
feeding you all the information. I already fed you. If you can't run with it, then that's your fault.
Yeah, you dropped
It was
that ball.
never nothing.
Yeah,
So,
you have these. Did these Gonotopus spread on you here?
a little
Do
bit,
they-
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I
Not
find
so much here. When we had them in the stream garden in the one spot before we lost a tree, they were there. They were kind of weedy.
Yeah, they love my yard. It's constant. And they probably got smuggled in a pot or something like that.
Yeah.
There was a video, this reminds me, oh, there's a nice Lisa down there. Reminds me of a video I saw years ago, and some contractor did landscape contract for a hotel in Iowa. They planted trackies in Iowa. They're like, yeah, it's cold tolerant, but not to 40 below zero. But
Cold tolerant.
yeah, I was like, ooh, somebody made an easy 10 grand that's gonna have to get replaced pretty quick. Is that the variegated sables?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, palmetto, wiki wachi. Oh, very neat.
That was
oh.
where the seed. There's like two of them. There's one called Sunshine. It looks very similar, but it came from a tree, I think, in the Sarasota area.
Okay.
And then, I don't know, you know Mike at MB Palms?
I know MB Palms,
Okay.
but I don't know Mike personally. I bought from them before.
He was
Purchased.
growing these. He didn't have a cultivar on them, but he said it was from that there's a tree up in
Okay.
Wikiwachi that
Oh, it's
comes
neat that they're
true.
coming out. Yeah, they're coming true to that. That's
No,
really
he said
cool.
not all of them. He grew them up, and like he had these probably in 15 or 20 gallons.
Okay.
Because he said he grows them for a while, and even if they hold some variegation, sometimes they still lose them. So
Okay.
once they get like about this size, he said they're pretty strong, like holding them,
Okay, neat.
something like that. So he like selected all like the best ones.
Very cool. Very cool.
And I think he was growing them up bigger, and he let me get a couple of them.
Oh, that's just really neat.
So,
I know Keith had planted some over at Copsic too. I think he
Okay.
planted a triple. I haven't been back. That was 2017, so it's been almost 9 years.
and that
thereabouts.
Lisa always gets tore up from the skeletonizer here.
Oh, really?
in
Okay,
this-
yeah.
in this garden here.
It must be getting a reprieve right now because it looks nice. It looks
Yeah,
like-
it
is
didn't
that,
have it real bad.
Is that sunburn right there? The little.
No, that's still old
That's just skeletonizer action.
Yeah.
Okay.
from
Okay.
last year.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
because that's all kind of like natives in there.
Okay.
Our native all down through here, but
Okay.
kind of transition. Yeah, we're on the southeast side of the lake here,
So you're getting
we get
some
a-
affordance here.
and with the tree canopy and the lake. Well, like I said, like I've lived here. My parents moved here in '79,
Okay.
so I started getting. And I remember before the freeze in the '80s, I was just starting to. There was tons of tropical stuff around here.
Oh, I'm sure.
but
yeah.
you know, 83, then 85, then 89. And I think any one of those freezes, like 83 killed stuff, but there was a lot of stuff that survived. And it was just, you know, and then 89 was the worst because of the duration too.
Yeah, yeah.
And, you know, stuff was still recovering from just a few years before.
Okay.
And it just like gave up. Because I mean, like that's when all the queen palms got wiped out.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
There was a lot of survivors. I mean, some did get wiped out in 83 and then 85, but
Okay.
and same with like the reclinatus went to the ground or died, and you know, like things like that was
Yeah.
citrus.
Is this a coffee right here? No.
Funeral tree.
No. No. Oh.
Oh, it's from Mexico, Central America.
Okay.
Like the Mayans and Aztecs used it. It's in the mallow family. It gets a little white,
Okay,
real
so-
fragrant flower.
Okay.
But they use it. They dry it and make a spice, and it's used to flavor like those traditional like Inca and Mayan or Mayan and Aztec chocolate drinks.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
they would also the scent would last for decades, and they would.
Oh, wow.
I think they still do. It gets its name
The
because
funeral,
they put
because
it
you
in a
could do,
tomb.
yeah, like a
And-
poultice or something for a dead
and
body.
They said you can go in there 40 years later and it's still fragrant.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
It does have a, you know, like the coffee characteristics though, even though this is New World, I'm guessing, and the other coffee's obviously Old World, but it's just the form reminds me of Arabica a little
And I think
bit.
it's one of the trees though that they use. I mean, it's native there. It's a shade coffee.
Oh, okay. Okay. I got some miners here. Yeah, there was a palm on 192 in Melbourne, and it was interesting because right after the 89 freeze, you got the ring scar damage, the, you know, sort of the marker.
Yeah.
And the palm's gone now, but for years I used to just watch it progressively growing past, and Vero had the same thing from 89. There were scars. There was a, you know, like a constriction on the trunk
Yep.
from that event, and it was just sort of a chronological marker, but most of those palms are gone now. But I used to say, oh yeah, there we go, there's our 89 mark.
Out at Epcot in the Morocco Pavilion, there's a rupicola, Phoenix rupicola.
Okay.
And that was like Morocco was added maybe like 87 or 88.
Oh,
So
okay.
this rupicola was all surrounded by, because there was mature rupicolas around here, and they were all wiped out by 89.
Okay.
The only ones I ever saw survive there was hybrids with reclinatus. They
Okay.
were clustering, not real thick.
Okay.
But this one, because it was surrounded by all this concrete, it survived. But for years, I mean, it's probably like 25 feet tall now. There was a constriction. I was like, this is with 89.
Yeah.
But now the bottom of the trunk, you know, it's progressively gotten fatter. It's kind of absorbed. You don't see the
Okay.
constriction.
Not so much
disappear.
anymore, yeah.
Yeah, so this is the north side of the property. We kind of call this the North Woods.
Okay.
It's right adjacent to the palm garden, but we planted, this is like one of the warmest spots in the garden.
Okay.
Like when we put out, I don't remember what year was that. We had a one night freeze,
Okay.
and we had a weather station up at the building, and it recorded 29, and that was the official low for Orlando. The executive airport's about 2 miles away.
Right,
And they have
okay.
a national weather service. But we put about 20 thermometers out the property,
Okay.
and we had temperatures everywhere from 26 to like 37.
Isn't that
58.
interesting? In such a, yeah.
And this was the second warmest area.
Okay.
So it was interesting when this garden opened to the public in 1971.
Okay.
And at that time, there was a man, he's passed away a while back. He lived in Maitland, Dave Best. He was real involved with the local palm
I
scene.
remember him, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Used to see him on the Central Florida Forum.
Well, he donated way back in the 70s to the garden. He didn't want to plant in his yard. He had a big Oringa pinnata,
Okay.
Attila rostrata, which was Shalia at the time.
Okay.
He had bought them at the Fairchild sale, and they were planted back here. They survived the 89 freeze.
Oh, wow.
And you know, Mr. Liu had planted, there was reclinatus back here and queen palms, and there used to be a whole forest of Arcantha phoenix, Cunningham on the lakeshore.
Okay.
And so all those died. So I started work here in 92, and
Okay.
there was still queen palm stumps back here.
Oh my gosh. From that event, yeah.
And both the pinnata, the Attila, and the Oringa, both, I mean, of course, were defoliated, but they survived. And then the Oringa flowered probably about 20 years ago. It's gone. And the Attila, we had a lightning strike on the tree behind it, and of course, the Attila got killed.
Okay.
So it was always like a good, so you just kind of like
Faraday.
the offshoot out of the palm garden, like this is a good protected area, put some extra palms or so.
Okay.
That's one of the biggest surprises, a full-grown Salaka here.
That's amazing. Let me get in here and get a Look at, is it
It's Wallachiana.
yeah, is it a, oh, okay.
And
So
what was
it's-
amazing was it's had some cold, not a lot of damage, and after the 09-10 winter, almost every one, the growing points, the spears collapsed.
Okay.
They sprouted right back out, but it didn't have much foliar damage.
Okay, cool. I've heard that the fruit is less astringent than the Zalaka too, right?
And
Is
this
that
one's flowered, but it's only had some male flowers for a while, but not a lot of flowering.
Not-
It's been in the ground maybe since about 2001.
okay?
Paul Kraft. Do you know Paul Kraft?
Yes, he actually he lives in Indian River County now.
No, does he really?
Yeah, he moved up from Loxie maybe 8 to 10 years ago.
Okay.
So he wanders around in the meetings once in a while from the
All
Central
right.
Florida people, so
I
which
haven't
is kind of
seen him in a
neat.
while.
Yeah, I saw him actually in my yard. I hosted them a few years ago, and he was there, which was an honor to have him walking around looking at stuff.
But he, when he still had his palm nursery, late 90s, 2000, he used to come to our plant sale. So he used to always tell me, because when he was inland from Loxahatchee, I'm colder than other Palm Beach.
Okay.
Warmer than here, but still it would get cold there. So he would always tell me stuff to try. And he'd always tell me, you should try Salaka. It seems like fairly cold hardy for a Salaka.
Right.
And finally I got a hold of one and we put it outside and it's done great.
You know, if I get a chance, and I will, is it Excalibur in Palm Beach, the fruit people?
Yeah.
They have 3 gallons of the Zalaka for 20 and 7s for 35, which is a steal. I mean, they're big 7s,
Okay.
and so I want to sweep in and get a bunch and plant them out in different places. If I grab some, I'll bring you a Zalaka or 2.
Well, somebody gave me a couple of Zalakas.
Oh, okay,
I had
cool.
Zalaka before and they died in 09.
Okay.
But
yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna try them again, you know. But I had them up here. I put a couple down in a wet area, where in the swamp area.
Yes.
They're doing well
Okay.
down there. Mm-hmm. So
This is really neat, though. We just found one at Fairchild a few weeks ago, just kind of not on display. It was just sort of occurring in the periphery. But this is really cool. Yeah, this is absolutely huge.
looks like a. I was wondering why these. I think a tree branch must have fallen in here.
Oh.
'Cause I see all these leaves.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of looked like it was. I was like, is it dying like that? But it just looks like it was.
Yeah,
crushed.
something came down and hit it.
That's probably one of the nastiest ones we had.
Oh, I know, right? Pretty vicious.
But yeah, it's cool. We just stuck it back here and like.
That's awesome.
I was like, all right, well, I'll get a hold of one. And another one that's done well, that's supposed to be kind of cool, is Caryota ophiopellis.
Oh, is that it back here?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I've tried those and I never had any luck with them.
Sabrina is much more cold sensitive,
Okay.
but it's also real picky. I've tried them several times. They grow and then they just.
Yeah, I never had luck with ophiopellis either. I'm not the best gardener, though. I'm not the best caretaker. But this is awesome to see an ophiopellis here. I had kind of written these off years ago.
And this Adela, I got that from Montgomery. It's been a pretty, for an Adela, fast grow. I'm trying to remember what species, but it's got this streaking on the petioles.
Oh, okay.
It's got streaking, but it also gets kind of like the mealybug look.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Regina hoensis.
Okay. Regina hoensis, he said.
There's another one actually in the palm garden because they gave me two.
Yeah, look at these striations here. That's really neat. That is really cool.
But that,
Is that typical or is this unique to this one?
I think just that species.
That species does this? Okay. Oh, wow, that's really cool. Yeah, these are definitely some big scale palms, aren't they? Oh. Massawala. Madagascariensis. It's definitely going to turn out to be a long form. There's another Bactris gassipes. I was just down, speaking of Bactris gassipes, in Costa Rica, and they had a town named Pejebaye after the palm. And every one of their markets, you see the clusters of the peach palm fruit, and the grandma's recipe for cooking it off and stuff. So
And
that
this
was kind of
Adela's
fun.
neat because that's like one of the only Adela's that don't get
Ale-
a trunk. It's,
Oh, okay.
Just stays. It's not real big.
Okay, Alenii.
Yeah.
There we go.
See, I love our climate, like we were talking about mixing, because After Hurricane Charlie, well, we had the 3 hurricanes come through, and it took out
Yes.
a lot of tree canopy.
Yeah.
This really opened up in here, and we were adjacent. We were just getting into conifers,
Ah, yes. Okay.
tropical and hardy ones, just
Temperate.
trying them out here.
Yeah.
And I had a few planted in the cycad garden, like for the prehistoric. We had it as a prehistoric. So I was getting Araucaria seed from Rare Palm Seeds. Chad was at Montgomery still. He was all into the tropics, so he was.
They have a
distributing
nice
stuff.
conifer collection down there.
And then we can grow ginkgo here.
I saw that back here.
And so there's so many ginkgo cultivars, like a lot of them that are dwarfs or semi-dwarfs. So
Yeah, I
so
kind
we
of breezed
got all
by
these
them. Let's go.
conifers, and most of them back in this area are more subtropical, but there's some temperate ones. But then we got ginkgos and liriodendron. It's like a whole mix of temperate and tropical.
Okay.
That's the Elaeus, that cultivar.
Oh yeah, the one that holds
mutation
together.
that doesn't
Yeah.
divide.
I planted one of these at Fit,
Okay.
and so it's hopefully it'll come back. But yeah, that's really neat to see one a little bit bigger.
And these are 2 other big Oringos. That's
Is that the Panada there?
That's Panada there, and that
Okay.
was wild collected from Montgomery from Thailand. And then that
Okay.
one is, I always get them mixed up. There's Westerhoutii and Whitey. I think that's Westerhoutii, which looks
Westerhoutii,
very
okay.
similar to Panada, but it has a flat leaf.
Ah, yes.
And then
okay.
Whitey gets big, but it clusters.
Okay.
But yeah, that Panada turned out to be massive.
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna go right down to the ginkgo real quick just to verify.
I think we got 3 of them.
Yeah, there's the ginkgos here. And there's one there that kind of perished, but there's a nice.
And then that big tree right there, that's Torreya taxifolia.
Oh, okay.
Florida native, one of the rarest trees in the world. It
Come on,
grows in
focus.
Apalachicola bluffs, and there's a fungus about 75 years ago. It started wiping them out, and they're probably going to go extinct in the wild in the next few years.
Okay.
They're secure in cultivation.
Okay.
They grow easy, and they're probably Ice Age relics, so they're hardier despite being native, and
Yeah.
they can grow them into Zone 6.
Okay.
So they're not going to go extinct. They're pretty secure in botanic collections and some private collections. But we were curious about them. We've got a bunch of them planted out. So there's a nursery up in North Florida that grows them now.
Oh, okay.
This was one of our first ones that we planted. We didn't know if they would grow here, so we wanted to try it. So it's been in the ground about 20 years.
Nice.
Because there's a young one. There's another conifer, Taxus floridana. That's a young one that was recently planted.
Okay.
Grows in the exact same spot, and it's also highly endangered. Torreya is not really reproducing in the wild, and this disease kills it back. And Torreya has that ability where they stop multiple trunks back from a stump.
Okay.
So it'll grow, it'll die back, it grows back up, it gets to about 10 to 12 feet to when it's the right age for the fungus, so it doesn't get to reproduction age. So it'll
Okay.
get killed back several times, and eventually it weakens it and kills it.
Okay. Okay.
So far, like, the fungus isn't here.
Oh, yeah. It was a question. Yeah. Is this insulated at this point from that? That's good to know. Or hopefully it continues
Yeah.
to be shielded from that.
And that's that Florida tulip tree.
Okay.
And that's the only one that'll bloom here. Now there's a species from China, and that's the Chinese one, and it's been blooming. But we've got tulip tree that was from North Florida, from Apalachicola.
Okay.
They've grown well, but they've never flowered. They've been in the ground like 25 years.
Oh, jeez.
And then there's a lot of cultivars from tulip trees further north, and so we tried them. None of those northern types grow here.
Oh, okay.
They'll live about a year or two. We've gotten one, we had put it variegated and it was grafted,
Uh-huh.
and the top died, but it sprouted from the graft, and it was just the green leaf
Okay.
seedling from a northern.
Okay.
And it's doing well, so we've left it. It's like, all right, well, let's see what it does. But,
Yeah. Take what you can get, right?
yeah.
Oh, geez. Now, on this variegated Midas here, do you know if seed's coming true on this? Because mine's starting to flower now, and I was wondering if...
I think most of them do.
Okay, cool. I'm going to
Okay.
plant them out and see, but yeah, it's been a curiosity of mine for quite some time. I could call Jeff, I guess, and find out, but... Euterpe edulis.
That's a great palm, but it's
It's tricky.
finicky.
Yeah, it's tricky. The only one I've seen in my area was over at Mike Dommy's place, and he
Okay.
has it right growing in the water practically,
Yeah.
you know.
So here's the two little ones of that. You just gave me the other seedling of it. No,
Oh yeah, we have the Clavija.
Clavija. No, I was thinking that. No, I
This-
don't. I had Clavija. I didn't. This is what I was
Okay.
thinking of. Not
This is really
Theophrasta.
neat.
It's another.
Theophrasta, yeah.
I think it's from Haiti or something.
Okay.
It's another weird.
Yeah.
No, we don't have the Clavija. I got it mixed up.
Oh, okay. Okay, well,
all
I'm
right,
glad I
that's
brought
even
one then. Yeah. Hey, the other thing I have that you may already have is the Macaranga grandifolia. Do you have those?
We've got a couple of them.
Okay,
yeah.
good. I figured you did. Is this Carluta Vicchia? Oh no, that's
Nope.
another Sabonaria.
Sabonaria. Mike,
Okay.
You know, Mike was one of the first at MB Palms. Was one of the first people to collect seed. He went in.
Of Sabonaria?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was telling me like it was like a 2 or 3 day hike in, and
Oh,
a 2 or
geez.
3 day hike back out.
I've heard that, yeah, it's in a really remote place. That's
And so
crazy.
years ago, when he first collected seed, before he even released it, he gave me a 1 gallon one, and he goes, "Here, put this in the ground. Don't grow it up. Put it in the ground. Let's see how cold sensitive it is."
Mm-hmm.
And it's down in the stream garden. Now I put it in it's really shady, and it's wet because there's a seepage spring down there.
Okay.
But it's real protected, so I was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, let's put it down there. So it'd probably be a little bit bigger if it was in a more favorable.
Right.
But I mean, it survived, and then he's got big ones like that about size.
Nice.
So
nice.
last year or a couple years ago, we got a grant, and I told Mike. So Mike was going to give me these. I said, no, don't give me a reduced price. I got a grant money.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
got to make money too.
Yeah, no doubt. Especially
if this
something
was
exotic
I
like
would-
this.
I would, do it if it was our money. But I said, no. I said, we got this money. It's not out of our budget. You make it your business. You're not a charity.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, something like this you want to
So
make it worth your
I think
time.
he still cut a little bit off of it, but.
Okay.
And this is pretty cool. Well, it used to be Acta Kentia, but it's Chambroni now. That
Oh,
one's
yeah.
split when it's young. It's got 3 heads.
Oh wow.
So there's been times where it's had 3 red leaves at the same time.
Okay. And I didn't realize Actinikentia got lumped into Cambronia as well.
Yeah.
I think Kennyopsis was lumped in as well.
Yep.
Okay. No, I've never. I have well, it's a Cambronia, divaricata. It's still single, but this tripled on its own, huh? Let's go down and look at the trunk.
Yeah, it was like real. It just started growing all funky and distorted, and then all of a sudden there was 3. I was like, okay.
That's really neat. Wow, that's so cool. Mine's super slow. I probably don't give it enough water.
They're just slow.
Are they? Okay.
See, that was my original Euterpe. It's got something going at the base. Now
Oh yeah.
those little ones, I've grown seed off of them,
Okay.
and it's still healthy. But I was like, just one day it's gonna go.
Yeah. Yeah. And you are growing stuff here that's like, for being as far north, and I know we do, you have some heat island, you got some maritime advantage on the lake here, but just some of the things you're growing here are just really impressive. There's Penanga grossalis there.
In this area too.
Ventica condipana, oh my god, I can't get those things for love or money.
It's not as happy now. We just lost a big oak here.
Oh,
This
okay.
used to be shadier.
Okay.
And those high forbies aren't happy.
Okay.
So
Yeah, but still, just to see that's because Nicobarica's easy, but the condipanas I never had a lot of luck with.
I think they like a little shade here. So
Yeah, and they come from a little elevation, don't they, in eastern India?
Yeah.
So they might be fussy.
and they are. And I had them. They died in 2010, but I was like, I'm gonna try them again.
Yeah, you got to keep persevering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, especially because how much of that stuff I get from Floribunda, and it's cheap.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can get 4-inch or seedlings in for a pretty good. There's a nice Reinhardtia. That's cool. Is that grossalis or?
I think
There's it.
Yeah.
What is the other one? Paiwanskiana or?
and
No,
see,
that's another one.
It's coming back up. It was a full grown,
Oh, geez.
but that tree part of it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like it didn't squash all that, but there just happened to be a branch right through there. I'm like, it broke some off this Penanga. That's a good Penanga. That's a hardy one, Gracilis.
Yeah, and it's gorgeous, and it really looks tropical. That's nice to know that it's hardy.
It seems hardier than Coronata.
Coronata,
which
okay.
Coronata is pretty good. And
Okay.
Philippinensis is another hardy one.
Yeah, I put a Philippinensis in Heathcote. I put
Okay.
and the yellow crown shaft that Jeff has, the species.
Yeah.
I have that, and then the Coronata down there, and they're all trucking along pretty good. This Chelecarpus looks nice.
That actually tolerates some cold.
Yeah, mine are. I have 3 in my yard, and they.
I'm trying to remember who told me. Somebody told me a while back. And I had one growing well when we lost it in Charlie when a tree fell on it. And then Jeff Cyril had got a bunch of seed way back from Fairchild, and he said, I got all this. So I've got several of them planted out. I have one I just planted one. I had it for years in pot, and I just planted it. I live in Altamont, like north of Orlando.
Okay.
So it's a little bit colder, but I've got a good tree canopy.
Okay.
So
And your Orania is inspiring. I've got 2 seedling / juvenile Orania, and they're moving along really nicely. So to see a mature one, or a larger one here is nice.
There another one that 09 they died.
They got shut out. Yeah. Well, again, that was a outlier event.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm because when I had Orania in pots, I never babied them. I just left them out at 31 degrees, and they were fine. And Hyophorby indica is another tough one to grow here, and at least for me.
It is.
Of the Hyophorby. That's neat that you got indica going.
The one I finally got going, well.
Orania trispatha. Jeez.
The orange crown champion turkey.
Oh yeah,
I never had luck with that one. That was even
Okay.
harder to grow than the green one. And Mike had bigger ones. Because I could never get Precatoria to grow here either. And that one's supposed to tolerate some cold, but I think it maybe has some elevation to it.
You even have Catachu growing here. That's impressive. I didn't think they'd grow much.
They're kind of.
But that looks so good though.
I think it's been around about 2 years.
Oh, okay. So it hasn't had time to pout and complain and get upset. Yeah.
Well, and I think even like that leaf right there, that was from cold from last winter.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah, but the fact that it's, you get the Triandras and stuff like that to do well, but the Catachus, they're in Palm Beach, but I don't see them in the Treasure Coast at all.
these are Triandra, and these have been.
Oh God.
It's been in the ground for over 20 years.
Okay.
It's never really had, and it's set fertile seed. I was looking to see if there's any seedlings. Now every once in a while I look.
To see if anything's popping up.
But it's a weird one. It grew. They don't sucker heavy. It doesn't have any young ones. That's all. That's not multiple. That was from one plant. It suckered,
it
and
just
then
suckered out.
that's
Okay. Yeah, it looks really good.
it. And then another one that just, I think Mike had them. He gave me one. Bestaria. I had these before, but they've gotten killed. But
It's the orange one. Yeah.
this one's doing.
My green, I've got Bestiaria green, and they seem okay. They seem like that orange crown shaft is gorgeous. Really nice.
And the one we've got 3 of them out here. There's one here in the palm garden that sort of statues hybrid. We've had.
Oh yeah, somebody in Loxie. I don't remember the name of the nursery, but they have like in 65 gallons. They have these green Certostachys, and they're supposed to be like 10A cold tolerant. Is that is it a hybrid?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Renda crossed with Elegans, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
And what was funny was a couple years ago, Floribunda had some of the other sort of statues, and he had Elegans, and he had, I think, Laca, Laurier. So I got some. I was like, an Elegans. So I was like, well, Renda's not hardy, but maybe the Elegans is what's
right.
Well, I just planted them out last year, one good sized 1 gallons of like 3 or 4 sort of statues, and they all died this past winter. So it's weird that hybrid, both parents are super cold sensitive.
But they got together and made
yeah,
and
there's the tree that came down.
oh yeah.
Laurel oak.
Okay, yeah. I've got a log in my yard, just like not that big, but yeah, I got a rotting, soon to be compost.
So all that used to be shady and
Okay.
protection. And
Sure. Oh, there's the Nana, the lutescens. I think isn't that what you were
Yeah.
describing to me on the phone? Okay.
And it got burnt when that tree came in because it was shadier, so hopefully it grows out.
Okay. There's another Bactris.
That big sausage tree, now that's an old tropical that Mr. Lou had that survived 89.
Oh, okay. That was a popular tree at one time, wasn't it? But you don't see so many anymore.
No, I see a few nurseries starting to grow them again.
Okay.
Like more specialty nurseries, but
Right.
not as a common. But we had 2 of them, and like when I started here in late '92, there was a big stump, and the tree had like 4 trunks and was about 6 or 7 foot tall. So the next year we cut one of the trunks that was the more dominant one.
Okay. Okay.
And even though it's tropical, they tolerate some cold. Like upper 20s will make the leaves fall off, but
Right.
it's never had any tip die back.
Okay. Oh, that's good. Yeah, they do okay down in Indian River County, but like I said, they're not being replaced. Like they're aging out, and nobody's there. They're out of favor. But that's the way with landscaping. Like I had Brett used to have this. He may still have these like open door Tuesdays where you can go down to his lab and bring him a voucher specimen or something, and and he'll try to ID it for him. And I had this one thing that I knew it was in a like Asparagiaceae, you know, it's about as close as I could get, and he ID'd it within 5 minutes, and it was Dracaena aureana.
Oh, wow.
And he was like, oh, he didn't think he had it in his collection. He's like, well, bring me a live one if you want. And then he called me later and he's like, no, I got one, it's cool. But I couldn't ID it. I took it to nurseries, but it was one of those things that was probably popular in the 60s and 70s, and then nobody's planting it anymore. And now I see it, like Brett has it again.
Okay.
So, but yeah, it's funny how things fade in and out of popularity.
So, like as in there's our cars. And
Okay.
Years ago, there used to be a big oak in here, and we lost it in, not Charlie, maybe Matthew or something.
Okay.
So it was when they were younger, like this Chrysalocarpus matadescariensis.
Okay.
And then,
The Leptocheilus.
yeah. And the other one was originally marked as Lastelliana, but you know, it wasn't the true Lastelliana.
Okay.
But those were young, but you know, they were getting big and they were starting to poke out of the tree canopy. They've never really had, and you can see it produced a whole bunch of seeds.
Oh yeah, look at the carpet of seedlings down there. That's cool.
The other one never does. This one does.
Okay.
There was never any seedlings under the other one.
Okay. Interesting. Wow.
Now that is a Jubea, I think it's an F2 hybrid. I got it from JD, or not JDN. Who's the other guy in California? Phil Bergman.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. He has a nice database. Shit. He's in San Diego?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Jungle or something.
Jungle Music.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, that refreshed me. But yeah.
Well, he had them like in 3 or 5s. They're kind of expensive, but I got
Okay.
that, and I got a true Jubea, and I had the true Jubea, and it didn't last, but
Okay. Yeah.
hybrid. And
Okay.
it's fat, so it's robust, so hopefully it'll.
Okay. And you got a Picrophylla. That's nice. Mine's finally taking off. It's got about 6 feet of trunk on it finally. Kind of sat for a while. Awesome.
That's a different Bactris, isn't
I haven't seen-
Glandulosa.
Oh, I've never heard of that one. Bactris glandulosa.
It's froze to the ground a couple times, and then it's not, that tree had shed a big branch and fell on it,
Oh,
and
geez.
it came back up from the root. So it's been like 3 or 4 times it's broke off to the root.
Okay. Ooh, Sagres Campia spada. Wow,
That one's developing nice.
that's gorgeous. You can see almost how it kind of drifts into almost like Alligoptera territory.
Yeah.
Like you can see kind of radiation in some of these savanna Sagres. I don't know, I do. Maybe it's not scientifically accurate, but you just kind of see where it's nodding towards other clades or things like that when you see them.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a Vagans. Okay. I had an ex-Mataphone that was Vagans by Coronata or Vajans or however you say that.
Okay.
And then that crossed over with Amara. And
Oh,
so I've got a 3-way Sagres hybrid. So it's growing too. It's kind of happy. Oh, Sancona, that's nice. I've got a massive Sancona in my yard. Still hasn't set seeds, but
Here's the one. There's a weird hybrid up here. It's a mule palm crossed with Sierrensis.
oh wow. Let me get
That's probably like almost 20. Been in the ground 20 years.
Oh my goodness, look at that. Hopefully you guys can read that. So.
Now that Bactris Gessippi's right there, that's been in the ground about 30 years.
Oh, that's massive.
Did you know, Rockledge Gardens,
Yes.
when Bernie Peterson was still there,
Okay.
they used to have a really good, when Bernie Peterson was there, he was into palms. They used to have a great, in the 90s, selection of palms, and it kind of started to taper off.
Yeah, I remember going there a few times in the mid-90s and seeing.
Well, Bernie said, he said, try a peach palm, because he was somewhere, Titusville or whatever. He had it survive 89. It froze it to the ground, but it came back
It
up.
came
from the
back
roots.
up. Yeah.
And so, and that same way, that's froze down a couple times, and the tree fell and it broke it off.
Okay.
So fast growing.
Okay.
And it's fruited now. It's the first time it's fruited.
Okay. Decipians. There you go. That's another one that's challenging, at least in my
Yeah.
books.
That one's always been, there's a couple that are doing better elsewhere. No, it's interesting. I never see anything in literature, there's no name, is Caryota hybrids.
Right?
Because this one, I'm trying to remember which, this, urines. Okay.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We got 2 different urines hybrids. This one and that one I think is with Rumphiana.
Okay.
Oh no, they're both urines.
Urines by Midas. I think I had, in Florida Tech by the gazebo, there was a single stem caryota that has long ago flowered and went into senescence, and it was probably a Urens or a Maxima,
Okay.
whatever they are now, but its offspring were clumping. So
Okay.
single stem. So I think it's this scenario, and I planted them out in some private yards. This is very like aggressive clumping. That's impressive that the other feature didn't come in through.
And this is Rumphiana, just the
Okay,
up there is
so it
wrong.
is
I
Rumphiana.
thought it was. There used to be a local palm growers here, Bobix,
Oh yeah, I remember Bobix. Yeah.
and they had collected seed off of Urins and Rumphiana at Fairchild.
Okay.
And when they grew them, some of them started clustering.
Yeah.
They had single trunk ones in there, but some of them. And this one here, I got seed from rare palm seed of Maxima,
Okay.
and
Oh.
one of them started clustering.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
And then years ago, when I was still a kid, we were just getting into palms. We were at Cypress Gardens, and they had urines that were back there that were fruiting. And I picked up some seeds and kept it in a pot because this was back in the 80s.
Right.
And it got about 6 foot tall,
Okay.
and then it started producing some pups at the base. I'm like, what?
Wow.
So I planted it in the ground, and the original one's still at my mom's house. It's really weird. It doesn't want to sucker heavy. Hers wants to grow a dominant stem,
Okay.
and it grows 3 or 4
So
suckers.
diminutive
off of it.
suckers. Yeah.
And it only grows maybe 15 foot tall, but it's a fatter stem and it
Okay.
fruits.
Okay.
And the seeds come up. And so I've grown one. I've got a couple here at the garden, but it's another. So I call it Cypress Gardens because that's what,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, they had Midas, but these I collected the seed off Urins because I knew what Midas was, but I was like, ooh, Urins, you know, like a single trunk.
Yeah.
They weren't common back then,
Okay.
at least
Yeah.
up in Central Florida.
Sure. Sure.
Midas was, you saw Midas around Orlando, but you never saw it.
All right. Well, I'm gonna let you guys go, and Eric and I are gonna walk around some more.